All right, guys. The links are posted. Uh, Pancho and Nick, and anybody watching who does not know Pancho, that is his nickname. We all know him as such, but his actual name is Francisco Silva. But he goes by Pancho. And this should be an epic match. The last big 9-ball tournament we had, these two played each other, and that match was something else. They both shot lights out. Nick was up on him 6-0 in a race to 7. Then Pancho won his first game and then put a 5-pack on to go hill and ended up winning the decider. And so there's a lot of build-up on this match that it's going to be a good one. I just got done playing a tough match against Troy Payne. I ended up getting it hill. So Pancho's at the table running balls. I do not know if the 5 goes. If it does not, Pancho will play safe and put the cue ball right there. And the 5 ball will be somewhere in this area. Well, he ended up hitting the cue ball a little light, and so I don't think Nick can see enough of the edge to back cut, but he can definitely get a nice solid hit on it. Had he got it married to the 8, Nick would have been 1 or 2 rail kicking. But he was able to see enough to play safe. Did not get exactly what he was looking for. I expect Pancho to play safe again. He may just do the 1 rail and come here with the cue ball and the 5 ball over here, or he may thin it, come this way to the 8. He didn't quite get where he wanted, but he left Nick a tough shot, but a shot nonetheless, and everybody who knows Nick knows he can definitely make them. He's one of the players, he's been a top-rated player around the Valley for quite a few years, a lot of years in fact. And to this day, from when I first met him a lot of years ago, he still shoots super strong. And when he gets on a roll, he's very, very, very difficult to beat. Pancho is very much that same way. Has not been around as long as Nick, but definitely a top-tier shooter. Well, that was a very unexpected error. Diamond tables, you rub a rail. They have a tendency to hang up. But Pancho has an opportunity to get the first game. I think he hit that perfect speed. Actually, could have been a little bit better, but I fully expect him to make this. Cue ball should come into this area. And just like that, he takes a 1-0 lead. I agree with you, Michelle. Michelle, me in the chat says this should be good, and we all agree. There are lots of players here, pool players and non-pool players that come down to check it out and kind of see what's going on. There's plenty of good matches going on, but this one has all the buzz around it. Table 2 is Terry Anderson and Jason Cunningham. Somebody is up 4-1. I don't know who. Table 3 is Buddy and Jerry Payne, which they might be starting out. Table 4 is Kelly Smith and Josh. Or no, that was last night. Sorry, Kelly Smith and Willie Wong. That is our first B-side match. They just started out. Oh, Joe Pleasant, thank you. Thanks for the update. He says Terry Anderson is up 4-1.
Good job. Really
what?
Good. Good job.
Thank you.
Good.
Well, it looks like Nick is catching fire. He's making everything. Left himself tough on this 8, but he's already made a couple of thin cuts. And kind of hurt himself on that one. Overcut it, which is easy to do when you're hitting super thin. So now, with this being a back cut this way, Pancho is going to use a bunch of inside, most likely, so that the cue ball comes here and checks up and it comes out like this and dies somewhere in here. You could play it this way and run the cue ball around, but then when the cue ball's running, you know, chances of it finding a hole are pretty good. So, but it looks like he might be going around the world. And he did, and he hit it perfect speed. And he'll pocket this 10 to go up 2-0.
Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Okay, so the 10 was hanging, and there wasn't a good shot on the 1, so they opted to do a push out, pocket the 10 so it spots, and then it was given back, so Pancho has to shoot. Got into a fortunate double kiss safety and got it, so Nick will be most likely jumping at a bank shot perhaps. For me, I would like this kick just because it ultimately ends up giving distance between the cue ball and the 1 ball, which could help you very much. So just as I said, he went for the bank shot, drills it, and gets perfect shape on the 2. This is exactly why you don't want to let Nick to the table too often, because he will come with something. And then whatever leaves, he'll make it work. Table 2 update. Terry made an early 10 ball to win the match against Jason 6-1. Table 3 looks like 2-0. Between Jerry Payne and Buddy Blackburn. Not sure who's up. Table 4 looks like 2-1 between Kelly and Willie. Not sure who's up on that. That score, the beads are hard to see down there because there's a big screen TV on the wall and it just kind of blends right in with it. but I'll update you with those as I can. So Nick is jump banking the 4-ball. He already proved on the 1-ball that he's definitely capable of making that. Well, he got the good hit, but didn't make it. Pancho does have a shot into the side pocket right here. It has an option. Or he can play it on an angle and just bring the cue ball here onto the 10 and let the 4 kind of come out like that. In which case, that would be a really good save. Because if he shoots the 4 on the side, to get a shot in the 5, he's going to need to come out this way. And there's the safety I drew just a bit ago. Had he played more of an angle to put the 4-ball out into space, it makes it tougher to hit. So Pancho made the 4 and got perfect shape on the 5. So he'll play the 5 here and come to rail up, something like that. So now this one, I would expect, because of the angle, is going to go across and back. Just like so. And now it's just depending on what angle he wants to play to the 9, he can just do a stop shot, or he can roll forward a little bit. He can even draw it back a little bit. Whatever he wants to do there. Okay, so he's got a couple of options here. He is on the correct side of the 8, so if he wants, he could draw this way. He could draw this way with a little spin, go that way. So he opted for the draw, just to eliminate cue ball running. It's pretty straight on the 9, so he's going to be pulling this back. If he pulls straight back, he'll come back into here, put a little low left, just a little, and he could come out just like that and leave himself a real nice, doable cut shot on the 10, take the lead 3-0. Okay, makes a nice shot on the 10, takes the lead, put a bathroom break, and we'll be right back. Table 2 is Mike Koch versus Myron Hannigan. They're in their first game. That is an A-side match. Both sides are a race of 6. I take that back. That is not an A-side match. Mike lost this morning. So, Pancho breaks. Makes the ball. I think he's just going to play safe instead of trying to thin cut this ball. That's a great safety right there. The cue ball right by the rail, making it difficult to jump. Put the two ball in the middle of the table, and because it's so close to the 7, it becomes a smaller target even on a kick shot. But Nick's opting for the jump. He has the Predator Air Rush jump cue, so if those of you who have one, know that it jumps amazingly well, so he should get over this no problem. A little unfortunate with the scratch, and then putting the 10 ball right in front of the pocket, so I anticipate an early 10 ball here. Yeah, called the 10, and most people would definitely shoot this 10 ball right here, considering it's just sitting in the pocket. But this will be a big game. He got it, so now he is up 4-0 in the race to 6. It's not the score we were thinking was going to come, but far from over. Like I said, the last time they played, Nick had a 6-0 lead, and Pancho was able to come back, and Nick is definitely capable of that same thing. So it's never over until it's over. As a player, you should understand that it's never over until it's over. So regardless of score, whatever the case may be, do not quit. Do not give up mentally, because this game is very mental, and you have to be mentally strong to go far in this game. So Pancho was trying to thin the 1, and basically just get a good hit and leave it tough, but ended up missing the 1 altogether. So Nick has his ball in hand. He's going to play to the side. He's going to follow forward, potentially. Okay, so surveying the land. Nice option for the early 10. This I did not see coming, but I guarantee you the 9 and 6 being messed up right here is the deciding factor. Those two are very tough to run this table out, so he's basically got a free swing at it. If he makes it, great. If not, he won't baby it, so it sits there. And just like that. And when you do combo 10 ball, 9 ball, something, try not to baby those, because when you baby them, and if you don't make it, it will sit right there. You give your opponent basically easier early than you had. But he left Pancho a shot, and as you saw, he drilled it inside and got perfect shape on the 2. 3 balls on the far rail, so he will most likely come like this. Man, he rolled right on my line. So he's got a couple of options. He can come in this way. Then he has to play to a perfect window. Or he can draw out and come this way. Or if he wants, he can even come out further. So it just depends on what he's feeling or thinking is his best opportunity. If he just draws to play short, then he's planning to play the 4 here. If he does not, then he's looking to play safe on the 4 next. Man, he played the aggressive shot to get in this window, but the 9 bumped it and put it right in the pocket, giving Nick the ball in hand. 7 and 8 are going to be an issue. The 4 goes there, 5 goes there, 6 goes here, but the 7 does not go there. does not go here either. So it's going to have to be addressed or play the safety there. Either one. Nick might be playing, have an angle to come off the 6 this way. But I don't know if he hooked himself. If he did not, then he's definitely going to be coming, looking at crashing into that. Looks like he's hitting some top right. So he must not have been able to see all of it. I don't think he got a good roll. PANCHO could see the 6 for this corner, but like I mentioned, the 7 does not have a phone. I do not know if these are wired this way into the corner. If they are, that might be the best shot. However, the angle that PANCHO has, and he likes to spin and use rails, he could do something like this and come in and bump those. He's pretty good at that kind of stuff too. But if he's not thinking that offensive, he can just draw it out here and then play the safe. So the 7 comes out this way and he leaves the cue ball right here. So we'll see what he decides to do here. He's trying to size up this shot with the 7, but I have a good look at it. It doesn't really go. And even if you had a chance at it, the shape would be very specific. It would have to be in this area. Getting straight on it won't do it. Now, had he gone the way I went, drew up going this way, he would have had a larger margin for error. But because he did it, now he's got a very tough kick to get a hit. You want to go this way more so than this way, just because going up to the short rail about that 7 ball is a larger target than going to the side rail. So if you notice where Nick put ball in hand, it was in that perfect shape area I drew. And I think he's going to get on the board right here. Pocket this, go forward just a little, just to get off the rail. Just like that, and we got a 4-1 match. Like I mentioned in the earlier match, if you're in the hood or don't have a whole lot going on today, you're more than welcome to come by and hang out with us, watch. Lots of people are here. I look around the room and I see a bunch of smiles and laughing, so everybody's having a good time. Uh, so definitely don't be afraid to come hang out with us. Okay, so Poncho just crushed a brake, but unfortunately scratched, giving Nick a fallen hand. The only real trouble is the 3 and the 4 right here. The 3 does clear to this corner, and the 2 being here will really help with getting shape on that. See, for me, with the 1 ball being here, I'm thinking, come out this way instead of hanging out over here. The reason why I say that is because the angle he has is going to be coming this way, and the 3 ball only goes to this pocket. And that's only if you're below it. And because of that, Nick opted to play safe, which is a really great play. He didn't 100% hook him, but Pancho can see the very edge of it right here, in which case he can thin it, let the cue ball come up like that, and the 2 ball come out, preferably right behind the 6, but it's all tough. The important part is to get a hit and not give ball in hand. So I think another safety is coming up. Well, I was mistaken. Nick back cut that 2, got perfect shape on the 3. I would expect, with the way these balls are laying out, if he makes this 3, I'm going to say Nick is getting out. So 4 to the 5, 5 being up here, will be tough. He got a little angle, but he could draw it back if he wants, or he can go forward and back up. But instead, he power loaded the draw and got a perfect bump off the 9. So now he could come like this for the 6 on the side, just like that. Now this one, he's just going to roll forward and come over into here, like that. He cheated a little to take the angle off. This should end up drawing out like this. Just like that. Went a little far, but still okay. He can just give it a little bump draw, come in this way. Okay, so now he's on a little back cut angle, but with a little check English, which would be in this case. It doesn't look like that's what he's doing anyway. He's just going to take his natural angle and settle for the tougher cut on the 10. He ended up under rolling. He could have easily come this way and put some reverse English on it and come up like that. What I thought was happening. But Nick had a plan and he executed it. Nice help, Nick. A lot of good work in there. So we're turning this into a match, and like I said, these guys can run racks, so this is a fun match to watch. A lot of the eyes in the room are watching this table. Nick dry brakes. leaves a tough spot by the 5 there. No clean shot at the 1, but there is a kick. So he's opting to push. And for those of you who play 9-ball and 10-ball, when you push, what do you guys look to do? I can tell you, I've seen an interview before with Tyler Steyer, and he mentioned leaving a safety. If he comes back to you, leaving you that shot to play safe. Because a strong player will shoot a shot. Will shoot the shot if you leave them a shot. But if you leave it tough and they give it back, then you're basically going up to play a safety. And so that's kind of place of things you look at. And ever since I've seen that, I try to do that as well. And I also like to put distance between the cue ball and the object ball. And if it happens to overroll one way or another and gives them a good look at the shot, but it's tough, I'm okay with it just because the distance creates difficulty. They get it, get out, and then good for them, Good on them for doing that. But and that's my fault for not playing a better safety. But distance is your friend, so always be sure to safety play isn't always about just hiding the ball. Granted, that's always a good thing, but distance is your buddy, and push outs, things like that, or safety play. You can always send the ball down to break out other tied up balls, so that if it comes back to you, you have a table that's open now, so you can run out. Things of that nature. There's lots of shots like that, so you definitely got to think about that. Okay, so looks to be a safety battle, which no surprise. Both of these guys are very aware of the importance of solid safety play. Both are good at it. PANCHO is playing a jump save, looking to clip the edge and then take the cue ball this way, like that. Unfortunately, the 2 ball come back out, give Nick a clean shot. However, the cue ball, no matter what English he puts on that, is going to hit the 10. So hopefully he can get himself out into this area because the 3's out in the open. Wow, yep, for a safety there. And it's a good one. PANCHO's 100% blocked. The 2 ball is off the rail. I can see that from here. The 4 is in 100% block, so PANCHO can kick this way at it. And if you do that, you have to hit it with speed so that the 2 ball gets out and possibly goes somewhere neutral or ties up somewhere. Another option you could do, if you can intentionally foul and take the 4 and roll it up there and tie it up. But in a game where 3 foul is in effect, you have to be very certain about those ideas to do intentional fouls. But as you can see, he did leave it tough. Nick called the back bank. I don't know if he's going to actually shoot it. He did, and maybe he was going to play a safety on 3, but didn't come out too bad. He didn't miss it by much, but where it is now with the 7 ball, pretty neutral. So no real shot to make. So Pancho opted to play save. Unfortunately, the 2 came out to the open, and the 3 does not pass the 8 at this time. So he's basically, my guess, going to draw back, hit the 2, and try to draw back into this area, and then he'll play safe on the 3 ball. Oh, that may have drifted into being hooked. I think it's in it, and then just hit into the 9. Oh no, got the 7 ball. So he was a little more hooked than we thought. Now everything goes. So, but getting from the 3 to the 4 will be tough. Pancho will have to find a nice pattern to get the cue ball down here. Or if he opts to, he could play another safe. But, like I said, with the table open, you kind of want to make a move at it. And so I think Pancho is going to draw and bring it back. Well, he got there. He can see every bit of the 4, so he will make that and make sure he doesn't crash into the 10 like this. He put a little inside on it, try to check it up and make it come in this way more. Just like that. But unfortunately, it grabbed too much, and now the 7 blocks his shot. But Pancho jumped pretty good as well, so I kind of expect to go in, and at the angle, that cue ball is going to come this way. So we'll have a look at the 6. I don't know how good, but I would expect he'll have a shot on it. So that worked out really well for Pancho. He did have a nice shot on the 6 if it had gone, but now Nick is hooked. Edge hooked by both the 6 and the 8. Cue ball does not pass through here. So Nick grabbed the jump cue. Now even if he makes it, the cue ball stays in that area where the 5 is. There'll be no good shot on the 6.
And that's anytime, you know, like that's anytime the screen is on. Because like even in league matches and stuff, sometimes they're always usually running this. You can watch matches all the time on there. That's great.
And I'm doing commentary, so if you watch any of these matches, you can hear me talk too. That way you rest easy.
Yeah. If you have trouble, just text me or something as well.
Okay, Pancho played a really nice save, forcing Nick into another jump shot. The 6 and the 8 being where they are makes shooting the 5 in very difficult because you won't have a shot on the 6. So they're both looking for a nice look at the 5. That way they can get positioned to a 6. So now this might change things a little, but basically the 6 and 9 are tied up, and the 5 doesn't pass the 8. So that's actually worked out quite well. A lot of work to be done, so more safety is coming, I'm sure. Okay, so Nick opted to play the 6-9 combo instead of going rail and breaking that out. And that's not a bad option since the 6-9 is pretty wired up, it seems. The reason why I say it's not bad is because there would be no telling where the 6 would end up and if you'd have a shot on it. In this case, so Nick hit it with a little speed and it sends the 6 ball down under to a very manageable position. But yeah, the 10 ball stopped the cue ball. Got a little angle on the 7 ball, but it's definitely going to be a lot tougher than what it could have been. But yeah, being a longer shot adds difficulty, and then cue ball was near the rail, so he was elevated a bit, which also has an effect on accuracy. He left a tough shot. It's definitely makeable, but you gotta, being so close to it, you gotta hit it super thin, which means you gotta give it a little speed so it can run that 1.5 right there. But then if instead of going, the cue ball is going to come this way is what he's looking to do. So I was really surprised he hit it as hard as he did, because I figured he would follow that same route and just be out here somewhere. But instead, he still has a very makeable shot. It's just a lot tougher due to the distance and its location. He's bridging on the end of the table, and those kind of things all factor in. But he center pocketed the ball, gets on the hill, he is up 5-2. Table 2 between Mike Koch and Myron Hannigan. It is 3-2. I'm not sure who has 3, but Mike is at the table. He's got a tough shot on the 5. 7, 8, 10 are all that's left on the table in addition to that. Boy, he went for the thin cut. Missed it. And the 5 is right by the corner. So Myron is looking at a great opportunity to get out and win this game. He's either going to tie it up or go up by 2, so I'll keep an eye on that. Table 3, looks like Joe Pleasant and Troy are going to start a match down there. So on table 2, Myron hooked himself, so now he will have to jump over the 8 to pocket 7. It's pretty straight, so doable, but yet it's a jump shot and makes it tough. And Nick, he just come around and now he's hooked behind the 9, so he'll have to kick at the 4. And for you wondering, he did call that 10. That was excellent. Must be the candy. Thank you. So he nutted that kick 4-10 combo, but yeah, he did call that, so it does count as a win. What a great shot that was. What up? Not right this second. Man, everybody was rooting for you to beat Lee.
Huh?
Everybody was rooting for you to beat Lee.
I know, I really wanted to. I was doing good.
When you hung that 9, I was like, oh, fuck. Did you make that? You go on the hill. Oops.
I would have been.
So I see Tammy Barney in the chat, and I'm assuming that's Rodney. I don't have an instant replay feature, but when you're watching it on YouTube, you can just back it up a little bit and watch it over and over and over again. It's definitely highlight worthy. That was a great shot. So, table 4, the match between Willie and Kelly Smith. Kelly won 6-3. Right now, Ruben Flores and Scott Zurich are starting their match on table 4. Troy just won their first game to go up 1-0 on Joe Pleasant. Myron is at the table running out against Mike on table 2. PANCHO is, as you see here, running out. Everything is there for the out. You just got to work it around and play the correct angles. So in this case, you're going to want to hit this kind of pocket speed so the cue ball stays in this area. And if it comes out a little bit, then you have this angle to get to the 6. So he's looking at that. Well, he had a different plan about having to hit it firm. Said diamond tables, man. If it rubs the rail, it does not like to fall down. Looking at table 2, Myron had a bank on the 7 ball, missed it. Left Mike a decent shot on that 7. He makes that and plays the natural angle for the 8. So now he just has to pocket that. You basically just roll it and go forward a little bit. The 9-10 are both near the bottom rail, so I expect him to get out here. Nice shot, Mike. And he's going to be shooting the 10. Calls his pocket. And he makes it. So Mike was up, and that out just put him on the hill. He is up 5-2. Nick is going to work this out. It's a little bit on the wrong side of the floor, so he's going to have to go to the top rail, a little English, and come over to the side rail. Nope, he ended up catching the point. So basically what I was saying was he needed to come this way with English so the cue ball came over. But now PANCHO could play the bank. In this case, it's just a little pop draw so that the cue ball comes over like this and stays in this area. But we'll see if that's what he opts for, or if he opts to just play it safety and let Nick deal with a difficult shot. Ideally, it comes up like this perfectly. The downside, though, as soon as you're hitting the 4, they could come and sit right here. So if you don't get perfect behind that 8, Nick would have a nice shot to begin with, and most likely going to get out from there. this is in a tough spot to play a good safety. The only other option maybe play the safety bank, so it comes over here, little low left stun draw so that it comes over here. Something along those lines. Looks like he's sending it the other way. But like I said, the downside to that is it come out by the pocket. He doesn't get in behind that 8. And he did come up short, but he put the 9 in, or the 4 in a tough spot, but I do believe the 4 passes the 9. But then, as straight as it is, it's going to be very difficult to get on the 6, so he's more than likely going to be playing safety next. Oh, he went for an aggressive stroke to get over here. So now PANCHO out for the cut is going to be going like this and ending up here. Now the safety option, as you see, well, he's lining up a bank to the corner pocket. If he makes it, I mean the shape shoots and folds right here in this area for the 6 ball. Well, he cinched it, ended up catching the 8, and now it's laying in a tough spot for Nick. It's a makeable thing cut. The cue ball is going to run. All difficult, but it is there. Nick opted to go with a high percentage safety, which he got. There's no shot available. I think PANCHO can see the edge. So now he's looking at a cross bank. So shooting this cross bank, you're going to want to put some low inside English. And what that does is that pushes the 4 ball into the rail and makes it go forward this way. If you don't, then the 4 ball is just going to come straight across. The low inside makes the 4 go forward off the rail. But shape to the 6 will be difficult. So the 4 ball went to the middle, and I don't know if Nick's going to be aggressive at going at the back cut this way. If he is, he has natural shape to 6. And he hit that perfectly. Got perfect shape. He did not come out as far as he'd hoped. So he's got a really tough position shot here on the 7. Gonna have to look at some safety or something along those lines. I look over at table 2. Myron's shooting the 7 ball, which he just made. Left himself a very tough, thin cut to the side pocket. The 10 ball is laying on the bottom rail. So at the angle he's cutting that, he would have natural shape. Looks like he made it and got perfect shape to the 10. And he made that. So it is 5-3. Mike has the edge. He is on the hill. So Nick is looking at everything to decide what he wants to do. If he wants to take an aggressive route at like possibly kicking it into the side, which is what he called. Okay, he played that at a really good speed because it stayed in line with the 8. It does not go to the corner pocket. So PANCHO would have to either play a 7-8 combo or play safe. Okay, so that's the 8, but he had it at a speed that would work. But you can see where the 7 ended up. It's makeable. You can cut this and go 2 rails, basically back and forth, this kind of way. Well, he's calling the bank, so I think that was the better bet. But when you bank like that, you got natural shape. He's on the wrong side of the 8, so you're gonna have to do something. You have to do travel around the world and settle for the longer shot on the 9, and then he will be shooting 10 ball in the same pocket. Uncharacteristic there. He was on the left poncho straight in on the 9, and poncho's best bet was probably to just draw it back, and drawing it back anywhere above this line. It gives him a nice look at the 10. So we'll see if he's going forward or backward. Okay, he went forward 2 rails. Thank you. Well, Poncho makes it. He wins 6-3. On to the next one.